Hi, everyone. Jacqueline Kuhn here with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by Angels. And I'm coming you today with Gemini season soul purpose activation video and information. This is a brand new format for my Archangels and Astrology videos, where I am now focusing on how the astrology really helps you to live your soul's purpose and identify maybe where you might be misaligned with that purpose. Should you want more in-depth astrological information, there are many astrologers that I follow, and I'd be happy to recommend some to you. I'm doing a slight pivot to make sure that I'm delivering to you information about your soul purpose and how the archangels can help you with living your soul purpose within the astrological energy. So, with that, let's begin. So, Gemini season is a time of, mental awakening. Gemini is an amazing sign, the energy of duality, the energy of the mind. It's, Mercury as well. And it's really where we take a look at how we can use this awakening in our mind to continue our soul purpose work. And for this Gemini season, we will be working with Zadkiel, who is the archangel for Gemini, as well as memory, compassion, and emotional alchemy, and Archangel Metatron, who is, the keeper of our soul's records. He's the architect of our soul blueprint. And we have some exercises with him to make sure we're in alignment. During Gemini season, we need to really take a look at the stories we're telling ourselves, the mental patterns, the thoughts that are repeating, and we get to activate our soul's purpose in a very different way, in a very mentally, purposeful, intentional way. And what we are going to be doing throughout this video is really activating the soul purpose lens, the lens within which we think things and see things through regarding our soul's purpose. And the question that you want to ask yourself is, are your thoughts aligned with who are you becoming, or are they keeping you tied to who you used to be, right? What thoughts are holding us back from moving forward because they're comfortable, we know them, they're maybe even ancestral. So let's move forward and take a look at really what we can do during Gemini season to continue to make sure we're on that soul's path, identify where we may be off, and connect deeper to our soul journey. And the daily practice to doing that will be a combination of Archangel prayer and soul purpose journaling. An Archangel prayer will come up at the end of this video session. We will spend the rest of our time on various soul purpose journaling exercises. And so the first soul purpose work that I'm going to encourage you to do is on curiosity and speaking out loud. If at any time you want to, bookmark, pause the video so you can do your journaling or make a copy, make a copy of it, a page shot of it so that you can do it later. Whatever works for you is fine with me. This is for you to work with. Should you want an actual PDF of this presentation, please mention that in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to send you a PDF copy via email. So Gemini is ruled by curiosity, right? And because it's the mind, right? It's the what if. It's looking at what is possible. So the first soul purpose activity I like you to do during Gemini season, which is between now and mid-June, is make a list of 10 things you're curious about right now. And choose one and take a small action toward it today. Then in next in a day or two, choose another and take an action toward it, right? Trust that this curiosity is really guidance for you to discover yourself or look at something a little deeper. It's not a distraction. In Gemini season, our minds are very active, and so curiosity is going to be around all corners. And so by actually picking one thing and looking deeper at it is acknowledging that your soul is wanting you to take an action. Don't think of it as distraction as long as it's kind of guided in a very formal way like this. Because this is how your soul speaks during the season. It speaks by planting little seeds. So lesson number one, let's actually, honor that curiosity, one small action at a time. The second is Gemini rules the voice. And this is a really, really good time to understand through language and give your purpose life through language. And so the activity that I encourage you to do is record a voice note answering the question, who am I becoming? And record in your own voice who you are becoming, and then listen back. As you're listening, notice where your voice expands, where it contracts, where maybe you get a little caught in the throat, like that, right? Like, oh no, that your throat chakra is saying, I'm not ready to release that yet, right? So notice, and then kind of what comes in. Do it a couple of times this season, and each time see where you're at, and perhaps by the end of the season, you'll notice that your voice expands more than contracts, that while you internally may honor your soul purpose as you speak it, when we speak things, the subconscious mind, number one, but also the real way we feel about things sometimes comes through. And so this is how we speak our soul during Gemini season. Our two archangels of Gemini season for our soul purpose work are Zadkiel, who helps us rewrite our inner narrative, and release any fear that we have that are holding us back. And then Archangel Metatron, because he accesses our soul record, he helps us speak from our higher self. He knows what we are, why we were put, on this earth and who we were in the past. He has the history of our soul. So he can help us make sure that we are always speaking from our higher self. And I challenge you to, what stories are you telling yourself? And do the stories serve your soul purpose? Or are they just reruns? Remember back in the day of TV when it was all reruns and you're like, oh, I don't want to watch that again, when we didn't have Netflix or Amazon Prime or any of those. We had to watch reruns, and that was horrible. We don't want our mind to be in reruns. We want our mind to be in now. And so the Archangel Zadkiel activity that I encourage you to do is writing 3 stories down that you tell yourself most often. I am this, I am that, I do this, I do that, I am like, all of these I am, right? I something. It's an I story. It's what I call your I stories. And take a look at the 3 of them, and which of the 3 limit you the most? Um, and perhaps which of the 3 are you most uncomfortable with, right? And if it's limiting you because you're comfortable with it, then you want to ask Archangel Zadkiel to help you remember who you truly are not who you learned to be. If you circle one that's uncomfortable for you, then that's who you are more than likely meant to be, and ask Archangel Zadkiel to help you remember who you truly are, not who you learned to be, right? And then for either story, rewrite that story in a language that aligns with your purpose. And then now, after asking Archangel Zadkiel for help, rewrite that story. And what does it look like then? Right? So and writing is super important. And I mean writing pen to paper, pencil to paper, because that is how your soul will express itself. It's not typing on a computer. It's literally writing it down. Not that typing is bad, it's just not as energetically connecting. There's something about the motion of the writing that actually is a soul-driven activity. Now, this one is something that a lot of people come to me with, but I'm so good at it. I really love doing it. Just because you're good at something and you like doing it does not mean it's your sole purpose. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily give it up, but it doesn't mean it's your sole purpose. It may or may not be getting in your way of realizing your sole purpose. I gave up something I was really good at because I realized that that's not my purpose. And once I really awakened to my purpose, while I was still good at it, it no longer fulfilled me the way it did in the past, right? And so for this soul purpose activity, we want to connect with Archangel Metatron. And sit in meditation with a question about your purpose. Meditate and ask him some question. Am I living my purpose? Are there areas in my life where I'm not achieving my purpose? Questions about your purpose. Whether, where you're on track, where you're off track, who's in your life that's helping you fulfill, who's distracting. And when you ask that question, you pick one, but I just gave you samples of some. When you pick a question, visualize his cube, right? His Metatron's geometric cube above your crown, and ask yourself, and ask Archangel Metatron to show me the next aligned step on my soul path. The very first thing that comes through, write that down, whether it's an image, a thought, a song, a phrase, whatever it is, write that down, because that is the message that you are meant to receive based on your next step. And I would encourage you to do this a couple of times during this season, not every day, maybe once a week, once every other week, a couple of times through Gemini season to understand what your next step is on your soul path. The other thing Gemini season does for us, because we're in this curiosity, we're in the mind, we're in the duality of being able to see multiple sides. Gemini is the twins, right? We can see multiple sides, all sides of every option. And because of that, we can connect the dots between our past, present, and our purpose. And this is where we work with Zadkiel and Metatron together, because Zadkiel will help us heal our emotional past. Metatron helps us remember our past. And Gemini can integrate the past into the present, our emotional and our soul past into the present. And so to do that, this is an amazing, amazing activity. Before you begin, ask Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Metatron, please be with me today while I do the soul purpose activity, right? Ask them to come in and then draw 3 columns, past, present, and purpose. In the past column, write those patterns you're ready to release. In the present column, write what you're learning now. In the purpose column, write what you're stepping into. And this gives you a map. This gives you in writing really what your evolution is. And over time, you can take a look at this and keep track. And the purpose column, I can work with you to even set a plan, set some activities And this is where that one-on-one coaching with me can really take off. All of these soul purpose activities that we're talking about in this video are the kinds of things I do for my clients in those one-on-one sessions. So if this is the kind of activity that you feel helps you discover, uncover, and live your purpose, this is really, feel free to reach out to me because this is what I do. This is what my purpose is, to help you do these kinds of things. This Gemini season prayer was crafted for both Archangels Zadkiel and Metatron. And the last of this is so powerful to maybe even be your daily devotion. During this Gemini season, may my mind become clear, my voice become strong, my purpose become undeniable. I am ready to think, speak, and act in alignment with the purpose I am becoming. And so it is. If you don't have time to do the whole prayer, maybe you do the whole prayer in the morning, and maybe this is a closing prayer for the evening, the last part, or flip it around. But this prayer will help you harness the Gemini season energy. You may want to say this prayer before doing one of the soul purpose activities, because I want you to remember that astrology identifies your soul purpose. Archangels guide you through living your soul purpose. That is how the archangels and the astrology work. If this Gemini energy activation is something that you really enjoyed, if this is what really you feel can get you to that next step, I want to invite you to join me on June 25th. I will be holding a retrograde workshop. We are going to have 3 planets go into retrograde during the month of June. Mercury goes into retrograde shortly. And in June, we have 2 others. So join me on the 25th for a detailed retrograde workshop where I will help you understand, based on your chart, how to work with this retrograde energy, take the gifts of the revision and revising and second chances that retrograde energy allows you to have, and help rewrite whatever story needs to be rewriting. And so if you register now, registration just opened up, and this will be 90 minutes of me working one-on-one with all who attend. If you can't attend in person, of course, you will get the video, and I'll be available for questions once you go through the video. Thank you so much for viewing and being with me today. Gemini season is less about being busy. It's about being aware. It's about choice. It's about clarity. Choose those thoughts that align with your purpose. Speak from your soul. Let curiosity guide you. Open your mind and your heart to the season, and the changes that you could experience through it. Zadkiel helps us release those old stories, and Metatron helps us remember and recognize our soul's truth. This is a season of mental clarity, spiritual insight, purpose-aligned communication. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate your viewership. If you are not yet a subscriber, please subscribe, like the video as well, and with purpose and light, until next time, goodbye for now.